Hey everybody, this is Kathy, Crowder's Mountain in North Carolina, and welcome back to another video. Now, today we're going to be drawing one that I found a picture of it on the internet free, and someone asked me to do a tutorial on it for. So that's what we're going to do. And I hope you enjoyed that last video about the pink dahlia. That one worked out really well. And it seems like people, I uploaded it this morning. Today is Friday. No, today's Monday. And I uploaded it today, and people are really seem to be enjoying it. Anyway, back to today's video. This is called Twisted Sister. And you can make it in all different colors. But I think, unless I change my mind, once I get it drawn on my board, I'm thinking about using all greens, just different shades of green. Hadn't done one like that in a while. I don't know if I've ever done one for the video like that. But anyway, let's get started. Now, first of all, I think that I'm going to make a double border. So, what I'm going to do is mark my, of course now, if you're doing this on your board, you'll have a board, but I'm doing it for you guys on paper, and I'm using these markers so that the lines will show up on the video for you guys. But you won't be using these when you're painting on, marking on your board. So let's mark. We're going to mark this at 1 inch and 2 inches. And we're going to do that all the way around. Get it on there. 1 and 2. It's kind of hard to get that straight with this big marker. Alright. Cut 1 and 2. And we've got to also measure it. We've got it on the sides. We've got to measure it the same way on the bottom. We're going to put a mark 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. All right, let me get back up here. I need to put that on the Lazy Susan, don't I? I try not to do that because it seems like if I was watching a video and it twirled around that way, I believe I'd get confused as to what side I was at. So I'm trying not to do that to y'all. So we're marking it at 1 and 2 all the way around. And now we're going to connect our dots. We'll connect them up here first, Hannah. So we're going to connect, I say connect the dots. It's actually connecting your tick marks. So we're making a 2-inch border, but we're going to divide it in half. And unless we change our mind, we're going to have a double border. I thought that would be kind of cool looking because of all the lines in the Twisted Sister pattern. But it may not be, oops, might be overkill. I was way down here instead of letting y'all see it. That's why it about fell off the counter. Alright, so we're going to draw it here. Y'all don't be drawing no crooked line on yours. Okay. Oh, almost got it. Now we'll decide later, but see these corners? We could do those in different colors. Because we'll have the light color on the inside and a dark color on the outside. So we could put a light right here and dark. So it'd be dark, light, dark. We could do that. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. Alright, there's our border. Now what we got to do, you know how we always find the center of our board. You just got to do it. And I'm going to use a pencil to find that. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll use this brown erasable pen. Brown erasable pencil. That don't erase very well. Hopefully we'll know exactly where the center of our board is by doing this. And we can keep up with it that way. Now, so you could have just said, okay, here it is. But I'm going to draw it. I'm drawing my lines so that I will always see where the center is. Now, we won't be using these lines for pattern, but you can tell where your center is that way. So it's right here. Okay, so we've got our border on. Now we need to start drawing our lines for the pattern. Now each one of our lines are going to be 14 inches long. So the first line we need to make, you see where we went? We found that middle of our board, that line. So we found that, and we found the horizontals too, right? So we're going to take on the inside of the border, and we're going to draw our line from corner to corner. And that should end up being, I'm going to draw them in red. So they'll show up good for you. And then we're going to go over here and do the same thing. And that should be 14. It's almost there. There you go. And down here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just drawing our lines and they end up being 14 inches. So we're just connecting these. See what we did? Now that's the first ones. So we have another set to do. And we're going to go in the middle right here. And we're going to draw another line that's 14 inches. So I'm going to put my ruler on the 7, and I'm going to square it up with that line that we drew. Square it up. I'm going to line it up, and I'm going from 0 to 14. All right, now let's draw another one. That was the horizontal one. We're gonna draw a vertical one. Now I'm giving you measurements for a 2x2. I don't know if I said that or not. Okay. So if you were doing this on a 3x3, you would do the same thing that I just did. Find your center, make your marks, and then draw your line from here to here. And you would find out how long all of your lines should be for your for the outside of your squares, for the outside of the twisted sister. Okay, now we need to go up to the top of this line here and get into the center again on 7. You want to make sure you got your ruler straight. And how I usually do that is just make sure I've got it lined up over here. And if it's right on those lines, then I know I've got it straight. Does that make sense? Because if you got it crooked, you're not going to line up over here. And what you could do now is measure down from here, over here, and here, and make you a tick mark so you know you got it straight. But my head in your way. But I've got it straight here, so I'm drawing 14 here. And I've got that one. I need one here. And I'm going to line my ruler up over here on the edge so that I know that I got it straight. And I'm going from 0 to 14. Now we need to connect these lines. So the 3 lines that we just drew, we're going to connect them. Now some of these lines are going to end up being what I call guidelines. You're not really going to need them, but you needed them to draw the pattern. So we got 1, 2, all right, we need another one. We need 2 more. So we need to line our ruler up. See these 2 corners here, that, and then this. We're going to line it up across there. Well, can't hardly line it up there, can we? So we just want to draw a line that's 14. Alright, so, but see, we lined it up here so we know we've got it straight. And we need to do that on this one too. Line it up right here and here. Put that on 7. And then draw your line from 0 to 14. They end up being these boxes, like the edge of your boxes. So let me look now. We got this one. We got that one. We have this one and this one. That one, that one. Yep. I just tried to check. Make sure I had them all. Alright, now. That was not that confusing. we drew 14 from this corner to this corner, back here. So that box ended up being 14 inches all the way around. And then we did the same thing here, but we went up here and found 14 inches. 14 inches here and here, and then we went 14 here and 14 here. Now run it back and play it again if you need to. Alright, now let's draw our lines inside. And I'll show you the ones that we won't be using. Alright. I'm going to do this one in green. Okay, the best way that I can tell you how to draw these lines is, you know, I said some of these are going to end up being like guidelines. Well, let's erase the guidelines. This is the first set of guidelines we need to erase. Now, when you're drawing it on your board, this is going to be so much easier for you to get rid of them. But the first ones that we need to get rid of, get a little cheat sheet out here. The first ones that we want to get rid of, let's get rid of this one. And we're going to leave the box. We're just getting rid of that line. And we need to get rid of this line. And we're going to go up here and get rid of this line. So you can kind of see the way the pattern's going. And we're going to get rid of this line. And we're going to come down here. Wait a minute. Need that one. This one. And get rid of this one. And this one. Sorry. I had to think about it. I don't want to mess that up. Alright, so now I've got this one, that one, that one, this one, this one, and that one. There you go. So how many did we erase? We erased 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We erased 7, 8. That one needs to go. So we actually erased 8 spots. I'm going to write that down over here so I can remind y'all again later. So we got rid of those 8 guidelines. Now, let me show you where to find our next measurement on our ruler. All right, since we got rid of those lines, we need to make tick marks down the sides of these lines. And they need to be, for a 2x2, they need to be 1 2/5 inches long. That's the way it came out. So here it is on this little, I guess it's a little ruler, but it's intense. I can't say that very well. But here it is marked. I'm going to leave that laying there in case you can see it. See if I can zoom in on it. See where I got it marked? Right here. And then here is, whoa, don't blind you. Let me lay that down here too. There it is on a regular ruler. So you'll know where to mark it. It's not half, it's not quite half. It's like, come down about 2/8 or 2/10 from that half mark. And you'll see it. All right, now I am going to try making my marks and lines with this black Sharpie. Hopefully you can see it. So I'm putting my ruler right in the center there. And I'm making a tick mark. Tick mark. It's not writing very well. I have to get another one. And that'll be the last one. And then we need to do the same thing over here. And that one, that line is going to actually end up being 1.5. This line. So it'll be here, 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 and here. That'll be 1/2. Let's go ahead and put them on there. We had 8 places we erased. We got 8 places that we marked 1.5. At 1.5 inches. All right, now we came down here, back up here again. These were 1 2/5, and I showed you that. So all these lines need to be marked at 1 2/5. The last one kind of measures itself. Okay. All right, now let me get another Sharpie. Now let's start drawing our lines. See, we've got this. We got the outside. And we doubled our border. And now we're going to draw these lines on the inside. So what we need to do is we've made our tick marks here. And I'm going to go back to this ruler. So starting here at this block right in front of you, we need to go to that line, to that tick mark, I mean. And we need to draw, see this is 7, and we need to line our ruler up. And we're going to draw 5 inches from this tick mark. And then we're going to the next one. We're going to line it up so it don't be crooked. We're going to line it up so it won't be crooked, and draw 3. And then the next one, wait a minute. this one will be 1. So this is 7, so it's odd numbers, 7, 5, 3, and 1. And then moving over here now, where we measured it at 1.5, we're going there and we're going to draw it down. I think it's 2. Yeah, this one is going down 2 inches. Now, here's when the magic starts. See that line and this line? We're just going to connect it. We hope we're going to connect it. And then the corner here to here. I didn't quite get it long enough, did I? We're going to connect that one. And see this tick mark here that we made? You know, I told you we was making 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're on that one, line it up with that 1-inch mark. And you've got your lines. Want to do it again? Okay, so we're going to the next block here. We're going to take our ruler again. We're going to line it up. A lot of times I like to use these numbers over here. If I can line them up straight, I know I got my ruler straight. Now there's probably another way to do it. There's different ways to do about everything, so you may have a better way and you can tell me about it. So it's 5. I learned a lot from people in my class. They had great ideas, you know, when I was teaching. So I don't mind suggestions. And 1. And over here, we're going to get on that tick mark. That might be where one of those square things might come in handy. All right, now, so we're just going to go here and connect it. We're going to connect from that corner. Didn't quite get down far enough. And then from this tick mark, that one. So we're just using one set of tick marks in each one of these blocks. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and turn it because I know it's going to get confusing if I don't. I'll do one more and then I'll go all the way around. Make sure I know which section I'm. No, this way. This can get really confusing when you're drawing it. If like, let me show you this. So here's where we started, right? So we used the top. This is the block, and we use the top of it to go down. So when we turn it this way, we're still using the top, see? And now we're still using the top. So we'll be using the top of it. When you're turning it facing you, it'll be the top line that you'll be drawing down from. I do. I drew an extra line, didn't I? 5, 3, and 1. 5, 3, and that's supposed to be 1. I'm telling y'all, listen, it's getting late, and I've been planting flowers. I needed to stop. I needed to just stop, didn't I? But I wanted to get this done. It's not hard just to sit down and paint. All right, got that. Maybe I can edit that out, do you think? Well, wait a minute, here's another line that shouldn't have been. I promise y'all that I practiced this before I start showing you. All right, now that's gonna have to dry a minute. Well, that's dry. Let's just flip it around. This way. So it's facing me, see? It's facing me. So I'm going to the tick mark. I'm drawing 5. Now let's go fix this one before Kathy forgets it. Okay. Now, ta-da! Look what we got. We got a twisted sister. My sister's not twisted. I got the best sister in the world. Got the best sister-in-law in the world, too. I know y'all jealous if y'all meet them. Anyway, here is Twisted Sister, and I'll be back when I have mine on my board and painted. And I can go over it again if you need me to. Or you can just like back it up and listen again. But I will show you my paint colors at the end. Okay, I did decide to paint the corners 4 different colors. You know, I showed you in that pattern. And all I have to do now is paint the background and the inside block here. And I'm really thinking about khaki. Casual khaki is what I'm thinking about. So, got to stop by Lowe's, get some more paint because I didn't have enough casual khaki. And so I'm going to wait till tomorrow, get the paint, and I'll finish up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, I got her finished. You know, I told you I was going to go get casual khaki for my background, but the place that I went to must not have been the same store that I got that casual khaki, because they didn't have any. So I ended up with Holmes Cream, and that was as close to khaki as I could get. And I think I like that even better. It was a little bit darker, just a tiny bit. So anyway, I'll show you the rest of the colors. I got Bold Avocado, just this one. Then I had Mint Gala, which is this color here. And let's see, you know what might be better if let me do it this way. Hang on a minute. Let me do it the way I laid them out. That might be better. So that's Succulent Leaves. And then I had French Market and Mint Gala. So that's these three. Alright, then, and I'll put the code in the bottom for these bottles to get 10% off. About forgot that. Alright, then I had, for this section here, it was Cloverleaf, Bold Avocado, and Jonte Green. Alright, and then the Holmes Cream was the background. And you know, we talked about when we drew the pattern out, we could make our border whatever we wanted it to be. So I ended up, you see I made the border for, okay, let me start all over. The two darkest colors I used for the border, the strips. And then the other four colors I put down here in the same pattern, all four corners. So that, I thought that turned out pretty good. Alright, let me get the pattern again so that you can take a screenshot of that. Okay, so here is our pattern. You can take a screenshot of that. And I wrote this in here. This is 1 2/5. That's the measurements of these lines between each tick mark is 1 2/5. And then this one over here is 1 1/2. So it makes it work out right for some reason. It's just the angle of it. Okay. So I have another one that I'm working on, if I can figure it out. And then, before I put that one up though, I'm going to try my best to do some more of those how-to videos. Because I really want y'all to know how to draw that peace sign too. And that's what we're using to learn to draw circles and angles and to use that arc and all that kind of stuff with. So I'm hoping to have some of them up. And I appreciate every one of you that have subscribed and helping me grow my channel. That just makes my heart happy. And I appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next video.